Innocent cartoons kids should not watch. I think this could be a cool video, bro. I fuck with Visual Venture. I do. He one of my favorite channels.
Honestly, it just freaked me out.
I wish I could forget that.
A random kid could easily come across it on the app designed for kids, and then they'd be scarred for life.
Could you imagine a 6-year-old watching this movie by themselves because the parents saw the cover and was like, it's a kid's movie because it's an animation film, and meanwhile the kid's watching and they're just getting traumatized?
One kid refused to use the bathroom for weeks. Another had to be pulled out of a movie theater sobbing. And a parent said their
I ain't gonna lie. That happened to me. I forget what movie we were watching. There was too much blood, bro. I got scared. I had to leave. I ain't gonna lie.
6-year-old
Bubblegum, you're
for
fine.
30 minutes straight. What did they all have in common? Their parents thought they were watching something innocent, but these cartoons fooled them. These are innocent cartoons kids should not watch. As usual, the goal, guys, is 2.5 million subscribers by the end of 2026. It is crazy, but I think we can make it. So it would mean the world if you subscribe, and I promise to do the very best to put out the best videos I possibly can.
The Matrix was scary to you, Q?
Awesome.
I really like the
The
Matrix.
Amazing Digital Circus.
But that's just the way,
The
like,
show looks like
I
a
don't know.
fun cartoon set in a circus, but the story is really about being trapped and losing your sanity. It's a pretty heavy topic, and yet millions of kids are watching it because it looks innocent. The
Yes, nigga, I thought I was in it. Why'd you say thought like past tense? Q, we are in the Matrix.
Amazing Digital Circus is one of YouTube's most popular cartoons. The first episode alone has 426 million views, and a huge portion of that audience is children. Kids love it because the characters are quirky and they find it funny.
Aha! Gotcha! The arms aren't long enough.
But the show doesn't try to hide what it truly is. The YouTube description for the first episode says The Amazing Digital Circus is a psychological dark comedy about cute cartoon characters who hate their lives. That definitely does not
Wow.
sound like a kid's show. The main character is a girl named Pomni. She's trapped inside a computer simulation. Pomni doesn't know how she got there. The last thing she remembers is putting on a strange virtual reality headset.
What's going on? I put on some weird headset and now I'm here.
Nobody fully understands the simulation, but it looks like a circus, hence the name Digital Circus. Soon, Pomni realizes she's not the only one trapped.
We've been stuck here for years. Old Kinger over there's supposedly been here the longest.
There's a ringmaster named Kane who runs the whole place. He puts on a cheerful front and tries to make the circus feel fun.
The Amazing Digital Circus
Bro, he reminds me of Monokuma. Is that his name from Danganronpa?
is a place to be enjoyed by all ages. You, my friend, stumbled into an incredible world of wonders.
But nobody chose to be there. Everyone wants out. The longer they stay, the worse things get. This is where the show becomes inappropriate for children.
I think we need to abandon the idea of leaving.
One of the show's biggest themes is psychological breakdown. The characters are trapped with no way out, and it's slowly destroying them mentally.
You just need to get your head.
What the? Oh my god! What?
The ringmaster Kane tries to keep everyone from losing it.
Now they live day by day going on cartoony adventures created by Kane as a way to keep them all busy. Because if they aren't kept busy, they all just might lose their minds and abstract.
The show also includes violence, and it gets intense. In one episode, the ringmaster snaps and hurts the character.
Danganronpa, you know ball? A little bit of ball.
One is attacked with sharp objects, but the most extreme episode arrived in late 2025. Every character gets their hands on firearms, and they try to end one another. The weapons look realistic. The violence is not toned down. The show even references substance use in certain episodes, but the real problem isn't what's being shown. It's who it's being shown to. Reports show kids as young as 7 are regularly watching it. At one point, YouTube's system labeled an episode as kid-friendly.
Obviously, what has happened is YouTube's AI systems have seen that the Digital Circus is animated and marked it as being for kids when it clearly isn't.
People quickly pointed out the error. YouTube later removed the label, but by then it had already reached millions of kids. Sometimes parents are the ones who introduce the show to their kids. They only realize it's for adults when their child reacts badly.
Parents put this on for my 6-year-old brother. I tried to tell them it wasn't age appropriate, and when Gummy Goo got eviscerated, he screamed and cried for like 30
Spoiler!
minutes.
The
What the
creators have
hell?
always been
Recipes
clear.
Gummy Goo.
This show is not for kids. However, it's easy to find online, and the colorful animation keeps attracting the wrong audience. This next cartoon also looks like it was made for kids, but what's actually inside it is a different story. Smiling Friends.
Oh, I
This might
heard
be one of
about
the
this,
most
bro.
Unpredictable.
Yo, I don't like Smiling Friends. Something about these characters make me uncomfortable, bro. Holy shit, I don't like these niggas.
cartoons ever made. One moment it feels like a cute show about helping people. The next, characters are swearing, using substances, and acting violently. Yet kids are still watching it, and there's a clear reason for that. Most people who see smiling friends
Deuce, I keep 2 hoes on my hip. Big Deuce, what's good, Deuce?
think it's a harmless cartoon suitable for children, but that's an easy mistake. The animation looks colorful and cheerful. However, the show is actually an adult animated sitcom. At its core, Smiling Friends is about spreading happiness. The main characters are Pim and Charlie. They work for a company that helps people.
I've been here the whole time. You're weird.
Solve their problems.
My bad.
That follows this charity organization focused on making people smile when they've got problems.
Each episode follows Pim and Charlie on a new mission. In one, they try to cheer up a sad person. In another, they try to help someone get back with their ex-girlfriend. The setups sound innocent enough, but things always spiral out of control, and that's where the tone shifts from innocent to inappropriate. One of the first issues is the language. Characters are constantly swearing, and on streaming platforms, none of it is bleeped out.
Yo, you guys see Pim's new head on Facebook? Oh.
This matters because kids are impressionable and they pick up the bad language easily. The show also includes substance use. Characters are shown drinking, vaping, or using substances, and they appear to enjoy it. Take Mr. Frog, one of the show's recurring characters. In several scenes, he inhales something just off camera. You can see it happen here.
Interacting with fans is a great way for everyone to see who the real Mr. Frog is.
He doing coke.
Charlie, he doesn't look too good.
The show never says it directly, but the implication is obvious. Mr. Frog is sniffing powder. In another scene, Charlie and Pim spend an entire night under the influence.
I think it's starting to wear off.
All right, well, yeah. Ugh.
Studies show that kids who see substance use on screen are more likely to try it themselves.
That makes
sense. The show
sense.
doesn't just show it, it makes it look appealing. If that isn't disturbing enough, the show also has violence. Characters get seriously hurt, and the imagery is pretty explicit. In one scene, Pim has a mental breakdown and goes after everyone around him. So if the content isn't technically meant for kids, then why is it in this video? Do kids actually watch this? Well, in the United States, Smiling Friends is rated for adults, but not every country follows the same rules. In Norway, one season of the show was given a 6+ rating. That means a 6-year-old was considered old enough to watch it. Even in countries with strict ratings, some parents don't take them seriously. They judge the show by how it looks instead of checking the actual content. For instance, one
That
Reddit
makes
user
sense.
said
That
they
makes sense. That
introduced
makes
the show
sense.
to their child and later regret it. But even without parents, kids find the cartoon on their own, and this evidence that kids are watching this is all over the internet.
And especially thriving on Twitter, where all the episodes get leaked minutes after they release.
However, there's hope.
Okay, first of all, why is your little nigga on Twitter? I don't understand. I would never let my kid be on Twitter. I don't give a fuck, by the way. My kid not hopping on Twitter. Hell no. You not go. Hey, listen. You gotta hit late middle school, early high school. Then I'll think about it. It depends on how you move as a person. Cause some people are just more ready for that stuff than others, bro. But yo, a kid on Twitter? What?
Warning parents to keep their kids away from it. And as more people speak up, awareness keeps growing because the truth is simple. Smiling Friends looks friendly, but it's not kid friendly at all. This next cartoon is the evil version of Sesame Street. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
I've heard
The
of
show
this.
is called Don't Hug Me,
But I've
I'm
never seen
Scared.
it.
It first appeared on YouTube in 2011.
When it first released, not everyone knew what Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared was, many believing it was something innocent and cute.
The show follows 3 puppets.
This not a kids thing either, though. Okay, guys, I think y'all are misunderstanding. Let's read the title. Innocent, in quotes, cartoons kids should not watch. Okay? So this isn't SpongeBob that kids shouldn't watch. It's shit that is cartoons that appear innocent that kids should not be watching.
Yellow Guy, Red Guy, and Duck. In almost every episode, a new character shows up and tries to teach them something. In one case, a notepad came to life to talk about creativity.
Hey, Sis.
How do you get the idea?
I just tried to say.
But the lessons don't stay friendly. When the characters misbehave, the teacher goes haywire. The shift from normal to disturbing happens fast.
What's
And
good,
the problems
Bless?
begin when the puppets do something to upset the teacher. Take the episode about time. A clock appears and starts explaining time. The lesson starts cheerfully until the puppets push back and question the concept of time. That's when the clock gets furious. As punishment, the clock speeds up time. Days pass in seconds. The characters age rapidly. Their bodies start to fall fall apart. It's deeply uncomfortable to watch, and this is being seen by kids. By the end of the episode, everything resets. The puppets are back in their living room as if nothing happened. Then the final message lands. The clock says, "Don't worry, I'm sure you will be fine." But eventually, everyone runs out of time, and eerie music is playing in the background. The takeaway is that everyone's life ends. It's a dark message, especially for kids.
We should watch
the same pattern
these.
plays out in almost every episode. In the episode titled Food, the lesson is about healthy eating. And
Should
the
we?
teachers are food items that talk.
The good healthy food is very nice and polite to the organs, and so is invited to stay.
It starts off harmless, then it shifts. One of the main characters, Duck,
be fun.
passes out.
Maybe.
When he wakes up, he realizes he is being eaten. The scene is graphic
Ugh.
and intense. Episode after episode, this disturbing pattern repeats. Now the title, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, makes more sense.
Bro, you
The
know
show
what
is never
cartoon
meant for
kids
children.
shouldn't watch?
On IMDb,
Bro, what's the name of that cartoon? Oh my God. Wait, Q, are you here? No, not Happy Tree Friends. Fuck. I wish Q was here, bro. But this is cartoon that my friend Alicia used to watch. If you know, Salad Fingers. Yo, fuck Salad Fingers.
it says, although the show looks colorful and kid-friendly, it contains many gory and disturbing moments and is intended for a mature audience. So if it isn't meant for kids, then why are so many kids watching it? Again, it's easy to find on
Freak ass
YouTube.
Just think
show.
about it. A random kid could easily come across it on the app designed for kids, and then they'd be scarred for life.
The character design also plays a role. The puppets look innocent and
I've
friendly.
seen all the Salad Fingers created.
And I thought, oh, this is kind of like a Sesame Street or The Muppet Show.
That first impression was misleading, because when kids actually watched an episode, they didn't realize what it truly was about.
Honestly, it just freaked me out.
I wish I could forget that.
Damn.
Yeah, that was creepy to me.
Some kids had nightmares after watching it. It's impossible to know how many kids have seen the show over time, but our point is clear. This is not an innocent children's cartoon, even though it looks like one. Up next is a children's cartoon that a network executive approved on accident. Popee the Performer. Someone once
Popee the
called this
Performer.
the most
Ew.
demonic kid show that has ever graced this earth. If you grew up in Japan in the early 2000s, you might have seen it. It was called Popee the Performer. It was about a clown named Popee trying to learn new circus tricks.
There's a lot of cartoons my kid would never watch. Uncle Grandpa, Clarence, Max Ruby, Caillou, etc. I'm gonna keep a list. And I ain't gonna lie, if my kid is watching Caillou, I'm dead ass kicking that nigga out the house. Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? You want to watch Caillou? Yeah, you can fucking watch the cars pass by the side of the road as you sit there hoping that somebody gives you a ride to when you go to a shelter. Cause guess what? I'm abandoning you. Fuck you. I'm not raising no kid that watches Caillou. I'm sorry, I can't do it. What's wrong with the bald nigga? What isn't wrong with the bald nigga? Everything's wrong with Caillou. All he does is teach his kids. He just teaches kids how to bitch, moan, whine, and complain, bro. There's nothing. I got not a single positive thing in the world to say about Caillou, bro. He just, oh my.
Is a clown in training. Here is
All right,
his
Popee the
mostly
Performer.
unwilling assistant, Kedamono, a wolf that continually wears masks showing his emotions.
Most episodes follow the same basic structure. Popee picks a trick and tries to master it, but something always ruins the trick. It seems like playful slapstick comedy. It even aired on a children's network. Parents had no reason to be suspicious, but somewhere in the middle of each episode, the tone shifts completely. That's where all the toxicity comes out.
Ugh.
Violence in Popee the Performer is different from typical cartoon violence. Characters lose their lives in the most unsettling ways.
But as the episode progresses, the level of violence and disturbing imagery increases until one of the characters dies or suffers a mental
Did this person
breakdown.
just say characters instead of characters?
Increases until one of the characters
Characters. Wow.
dies or suffers a mental breakdown.
And everything is shown on screen in full detail.
Like as
First
a
time
child
for
watching
everything.
this, I would be scared.
The violence is so extreme that one episode was pulled before it ever aired. The network was worried that kids could recreate.
You're right,
what
English
they
not the
saw
first
at home.
language.
So
I'm
how did
hating
a
for
show
no
like
reason.
this end
I'm
up
sure
on
she's a
a
great
children's
YouTuber.
network in the first place? It turns out it was a mistake. One network executive had to make the decision, but he didn't have the experience. He wasn't sure whether the cartoon was appropriate to air or if it was too cruel. So in the end, he approved it anyway. Between 2000 and 2001, 39 regular episodes aired. Kids watched every one of them, but after a while, parents noticed something was off. They started writing complaints to the network. They said how the show was too graphic, violent, and mentally disturbing for kids. One Reddit user wrote, "That show still haunts my nightmares." Another said they couldn't sleep after watching it. Others called it the cartoon you shouldn't search on the internet. But people doubted the stories. They couldn't believe a kids network would actually air something so bad. In 2017, the debate ended. A fan uploaded all episodes to YouTube. Now anyone could watch it. Certain episodes racked up millions of views. A cult following formed around it. But nearly everyone agreed about one thing. Popee the Performer has some truly disturbing content. The parents in our next chapter had no idea what they were taking their kids to see, that a child ran out of the theater in tears. Coraline.
Oh, stop, bro. Stop, bro. Come on, guys. Really? It was that bad? Was Coraline that... I didn't watch it, actually, so it might have been that bad. Did I watch Coraline? I don't know.
As a family-friendly film, but when kids actually watched it, many didn't see it that way. One child reportedly ran out of the theater in tears. So exactly what went wrong? The story starts simply enough. A girl named Coraline feels ignored by her busy parents. One day, while exploring her house, she finds a secret tunnel. She crawls through it, and it leads to another version of her world. There, she meets a woman who looks exactly like her mother, but there's one disturbing difference. The other mother has buttons where her eyes should be.
Mom? What are you doing here in the middle of the night?
You're just in time for supper, dear.
Soon, Coraline finds out what is really going on. The other mother is a demon, and she wants to trap Coraline in this world forever. But it gets even darker. She also wants to sew buttons over Coraline's eyes.
No way! You're not sewing buttons in my eyes!
Oh, but we need a yes if you want to stay here.
That's when the film stops pretending to be a comfortable children's story. It just gets more intense and harder to watch.
The implication here is that Coraline might not make it out alive. Oh, and if that's not nightmare-inducing enough for you, how about this other scene in which Coraline has a showdown with the other mother?
The creators said the film was designed to teach kids how to face their fears. But parents and kids didn't see it that way. The biggest issue wasn't the story, it was the packaging.
The most terrifying thing about Coraline is that it pretends to be a normal kids movie.
Kids walked in expecting a fun animated movie. What they got felt much closer to a horror film. Some viewers found the parallel world anxiety-inducing and depressing. Parents expressed their frustration. One said the movie was not appropriate for any 9-year-old unless you want them growing up to be a murderer.
Okay, let's slow down. Bro, white parents always saying that something makes you into a murderer, bro. I know that they were white, by the way. It's always a white parent talking about some... My son's gonna kill somebody because of this. No, your son's gonna kill somebody because you neglected them as a child.
Said they take everything that makes a kid feel safe and makes it unsafe. That last comment gets to the heart of it. Coraline didn't scare kids with monsters. It took the things children trust most, home and parents, and made them the source of the danger. One viewer claimed it made them scared of their parents. People still talk about this movie on YouTube today. Coraline was re-released in 2023. A new group of kids got to see it for the first time, and many reported the same unsettling experience. Here's a perfect summary. Coraline is a beautifully animated movie made for entirely the wrong audience.
Now, I can see this traumatizing a kid, though, bro.
This next chapter is about a show that made some kids so terrified they refused to use the bathroom. Skibidi Toilet.
We're dead ass visual venture. We're dead ass. Skibidi Toilet traumatized. Who the fuck let Skibidi Toilet traumatize him? I ain't gonna lie, my kid will also have to get up out the house, bro. I'm sorry, bro. My kid could be scared of the dark. You could be scared of the monster under the bed. You can't be scared of no damn Skibidi Toilet. Come on, bro.
Skibidi Toilet looks like a completely nonsense.
It is a little bit creepy though, bro.
Cartoon, but it's here because it has real negative effects on some of the kids who watch it.
Nah, it is weird.
Alien creatures called Skibidi Toilets.
I look at them.
Toilets with human heads that can talk and move. In the early episodes, these creatures appear in cities all over the world. Their goal is simple: take over the world by turning all of humanity into Skibidi Toilets.
We see the toilet entity suddenly appearing in the toilet and attacking the human race.
aiming for their faces.
The concept is absurd, and that's exactly why it went viral.
What the hell is actually going on in the series? Is it a wild lucid dream that someone is having?
The official channel now has 47 million subscribers and over 20 billion views. That makes Skibidi Toilet one of the biggest series on YouTube. But for some people, the success of the show is not a good thing. The show is extremely popular with kids under 12. The word Skibidi has even become everyday slang among Gen Z. But many websites are warning about
that
the
ain't
show's
Gen Z.
detrimental effect
Is that Gen
on
Z?
children.
One Malaysian parenting website called Motherhood has even offered instructions on how to restrict Skibidi Toilet content on YouTube.
The show is built around constant stimulation. Every few seconds, something loud or chaotic happens. Then it jumps to the next thing, then the next. This pattern has a name: brain rot content. It trains the brain to expect constant stimulation, and slower, more meaningful activities like reading become so boring and unbearable. Parents also complain that their kids weren't just watching, they were physically trying to become a Skibidi Toilet.
It's not just creepy, but it can also be dangerous.
What?
The post also shows clips of kids sitting in buckets and trash cans with mainly their heads above, emulating Skibidi Toilet.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't care what the fuck I watch. If my mom saw me trying to climb in the toilet and say, "Look, mom, I'm Skibidi Toilet," my mom just would never let this bullshit happen, bro. I'm sorry. At what point do I look at the parents?
In Russia, the series was...
Mom, I want to climb into a toilet. She said, Brandon, no. And then I wouldn't have done it. Simple.
Investigated by police for being inappropriate for kids. Officers reportedly spent hours watching 70 episodes as part of their review. The idea that Skibidi Toilet is bad for children even has a name. It's called the Skibidi Toilet Syndrome. It refers to the perceived negative effects that watching too much Skibidi Toilet has on children. One Reddit user said their child was unconsolable for hours after watching a single episode.
What's good? Yeah,
Some kids became afraid of toilets altogether. There have reportedly been cases where
my son is too scared to Skibidi Toilet to start potty training. Bro, okay, first of all, how the hell are you letting your 3-year-old watch Skibidi Toilet? You know what I mean? Nah, the son's not a pussy, bubblegum. The son's 3. You're supposed to be a pussy at 3. Bro, I'd be scared the evil monster dude popping his head out the toilet at 3 too. I actually understand this.
Kids became afraid of toilets altogether. There have reportedly been cases where kids become so freaked out that they refuse to go to the bathroom. The content itself is more graphic than most people expect. Characters are often shown in extreme pain. Some are injured or lose their lives in shocking ways.
I wouldn't. Bubblegum, you have no idea how you would have acted at 3 years old if you seen this. You were 3.
Or even moments of gore. On top of that, there's uncensored swearing and adult humor. Still, kids enjoy it. They're not watching in spite of this, they're watching because of it. That's what makes this so hard to deal with. Unless parents step in, most kids will not stop watching on their own. Up next is a film that was released with
when I was scared of Barney. I hate Barney.
No age rating, and kids watched it thinking it was made for them. Unicorn Wars.
What?
It's not every day that a cartoon gets called a dystopian psychological body horror comedy, but that's exactly how people describe this one.
Spray! What's good, bro?
Unicorn Wars was an animated movie released in 2022. Most films go through an age rating process before they reach audiences. Those ratings help parents know what's safe for kids. But this movie skipped that process. Unicorn Wars was released in the US.
What the hell is
and
Unicorn
R-rating,
Wars,
meaning
though?
not rated. That created confusion.
Wait, watch this thing about crazy cartoons that traumatize kids. My jaw hurts and I just ate like a chud. Why does your jaw hurt?
Because from the outside, it looked like a children's film. It had cute teddy bears and unicorns. So many children ended up watching it. Only then did they realize this movie was never meant for kids. At its core, the story is about 2 groups at war, but it begins like a fairy tale. Long ago, animals lived together peacefully in a forest. Everything changed when
the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all 4 elements, could stop them. But all of a sudden, he vanished.
Found a mysterious book.
Then one day the bears came across a sacred book which allowed them to gain sentience and build their own civilization.
You know when you want to shake your jaw in a certain way and you hear a pop?
Society. But they weren't alone in the forest. The unicorns lived there too. Unicorns were known as the protectors of the forest, and they saw the growing bear civilization as a threat.
Right.
Unicorns did not like this and so launched an attack on the bears, forcing the few survivors out of the forest.
Years passed, and the bears prepared for revenge. They trained soldiers and raised their young to hate unicorns. Eventually, the bears attacked.
Bluey sends the entire teddy bear army to burn the forest and smoke out the unicorn.
What followed was a merciless war. By the end, almost no one survived. Unicorn Wars is packed with themes of politics and hatred, all wrapped in colorful animation. The teddy bears are raised to hate an entire species. The fights are intense and shown in graphic detail. Some scenes are so unsettling that even adults have difficulty sitting through them. And because it launched in the US without any age restriction, there was nothing stopping children from watching it. People online predicted it. One comment said, "A bunch of parents are gonna bring their kids to see this without knowing."
Wait, people brought their kids to see Sausage Party? Dumbasses. And Ice Break.
What it's about. Just because it has cute bears and is animated, they'll think it's for kids. Another wrote, "It's hard not to be concerned about what might happen if kids stumble across it on a streaming service."
If kids can't handle a little blood, they don't watch anything at all. No, bubblegum tea. All right, here's my thing though, bro. Blood still makes me uncomfortable, but like seeing a lot of blood, that shit is like, you're not supposed to be seeing that shit as a kid, bro. Like your childhood is supposed to be filled with happiness, bro. Maybe a little bit of fighting, but no blood.
Kids saw bears and unicorns and assumed it's for them. That gap between how it looks and what it actually contains is what makes it so dangerous. The good news is that the film has since received proper age ratings in several countries. That reduces the likelihood of the wrong audience watching it. On IMDb, viewers also left a ton of warnings, like this one. Constant, very strong, gory violence, disturbing deaths, and nightmarish imagery may disturb most viewers. Any child who sees that would think twice before clicking play. These cartoons weren't designed to be dangerous, but intent doesn't matter when a 6-year-old is the one watching. My friends, kids don't need you to be a perfect brother, sister, or parent. They just need someone who cares enough to try.
That's true.
Wait, before you go, I have a video about cartoon episodes banned for being too controversial. We talk about a Pokemon episode that sent 685 kids to the hospital, a mother who blamed a cartoon for her child.
Bro, it's probably dumbass Pikachu fault, bro. It's probably Pikachu's fault, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That dumbass rat, bro. Shout out to Pokemon, though. The Pokemon seizure episode? The Pokemon seizure episode?